Welcome back, everybody. Today is the first deck profile I'm doing on this new set, and I wanted it to be with Swampert. He seems like a very interesting mega to me, and so I played a bunch with him today, and I got a lot of things to say about Swampert and what I kind of feel about the deck. So before I throw the deck list up, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you guys decide to subscribe, and to anyone who's already subscribed, if you could like the video, it'd be very much appreciated. So I have two different decks for you in today's video. Two different Swampert lists. So I want to show you two different sides of the deck. The first one is sort of a slow Swampert build. So as I played Swampert, there were a few things that I had a problem with. If you guys know, I don't like the stage 2 mega decks that don't have like another plan other than I have to get my stage 2 online or I lose the game. So with this deck, there are a lot of things you need. It's almost even harder than Blaziken, because Blaziken at least attacks for 2 energy and has access to Flame Patch. Swampert needs 3 energy to attack. It can discard energy from itself, so you might even need 4 energy just to be safe on the Swampert. There aren't very good like draw support with it. Like there's Suicune, but then you're not getting extra energy onto the Swampert. It doesn't have a good way to deal with Oricorio because it doesn't burn. And you really need to like be getting energy onto the Swampert. There's a lot of things going on with this card to try to make it work. So again, I have two different versions for you here. This first one is with the Jellicent. So because of the new Poncho, yes, I have 2 Crown Rare Ponchos. Yes, I do. You have to watch the video that I posted yesterday if you want to go see that. It was ridiculous. Because we have the Crown Rare Poncho, you can now try to play a Jellicent build, because your opponent's going to be forced to go through it, right? You're going to put the Poncho on the Mudkip, and it's going to be safe. So, like, your opponent is forced to start going through the Jellicent. Now, in this matchup right here, you see I attached both energy to the Jellicent. That's usually not something you want to do. You usually want to put 1 energy on the Mudkip, and then you can start going on the Jellicent. But this is a Mousehold deck. I know how important it is for me to just get an early point. So I'm trying to take that opportunity because I kind of just need Swampert to attack twice, and that should win me the game. I just need that to happen. Forcing him to attack 3 times is probably going to end badly for me. So the Jellicent is going to get you that extra energy in play. That is going to be very, very important, right? Like, you need some way to get the extra energy in play. And there's a lot of cards you want to run in these decks that sort of, like, you can't just go like double Misty, because then you're cutting like Cyrus or Red or Lily or something like that, and it's not going to work out so well. So here's where I am with the list, and I can explain my card inclusions. The double Poncho is because most decks that can snipe are going to be able to do it really early on in the game. I was trying 1 Poncho. Then in practice, when I played against like Heatmores or Greninjas, I'm like, I'm not finding the Poncho fast enough. It just has to be 2 if this is the style I'm going to be playing this deck as. The red is here because there are damage numbers that like come up. Like Swampert is going to knock out everything in front of it besides a Mega. And if it's you know, attacking into a Mega, you're either going to need a heal card or a red to kind of put you over the edge. Like a Gardevoir. If you hit a Gardevoir and they go Diantha plus Indeedee, Mega Swampert's not going to knock it out. You need the red. If they don't have the Indeedee, you're fine. They'll retreat to the bench. You can just Cyrus it. Boom, you win the game. But you might need to go for like a red combo. Red's going to let you knock out Mega Absol. It'll let you knock out like Suicunes with capes. Stuff like that. So I feel like the 20 damage from the red is important. But to be honest, it is a flex spot. This list is playing double Marshtomp, double Swampert. Guys, I hate rare candy stage 2 megas so much. Is this correct? I don't know. In this version right here, you see me playing with a Sightseer. I took the Sightseer out. It wasn't doing enough. I opted for another card, but you could run like Sightseer, double Marshtomp, double Jellicent to try to get those cards going a little bit faster. In practice, for me, it didn't really do a whole lot. Every time I saw Sightseer, I just thought, wow, this would be so much better as a copycat. So I just did away with it and said, well, let's get a little bit greedy and try like adding the red into the deck, because I do need that 170 damage a lot of the time. So you could totally run this deck with like candies instead. You could take out both Marshtomp and run double candy. You could take out one Marshtomp and one red and add 2 candy. I think the most important cards are like Cyrus, Lily, and then obviously Copycat, because you need to be able to draw cards to get set up. So like those 3 supporters are kind of, yeah, I wouldn't pick anything above them. I see some Swampert lists running Irida. I don't really understand it. You almost never want to heal anything that isn't just the Swampert. Maybe, I guess, if like a Mudkip gets damaged by a ping, you can, heal that damage off of it. But for the most part, like, Lily has been a lot more impactful. Like, the extra 20 heal is pretty important for some damage numbers. Now, what else about this little Jellicent guy? This deck as well. Like, I'm running Jellicents and I'm running Marstomps. I still don't think it's going to do anything against Oricorio. I think this is a deck where you just have to accept you don't beat Oricorio. Even in the other version I'm going to show you, I'm not playing any cards for Oricorio. I think you just have to accept that card is not going to win you any, like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The only, like, we don't have, like, a baby Greninja that can kill an Oricorio for 2 energy and provide a lot of utility to the deck. Every Oricorio answer for water besides Baby Greninja is like Suicune or Keldeo. They all require 3 energy. Baby Swampert as well requires 3 energy. It's just not going to do it. You might be able to knock out one Oricorio. You're not going to be able to deal with the second one. And you're not going to be able to do it quickly. So if it's Oricorio Magnezone, they're going to get their whole board set up by the time you get 3 energy on that thing and can start knocking out Oricorios. I don't see the point. I think it just clogs the deck up because you need to get like the Mudkip down early so you can get the energy down. I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Now in this game right here, right? You see me evolve the bench Jellicent and not the active Frillish. And the reason for that and why I didn't do it last turn as well is because Gardevoir hits for 110. He had already done some damage to my Frillish. I would really like my Jellicent to live 2 attacks. That'll give me 2 extra attachments from the ability, and it'll give me an extra turn because I did not have my Marshtomp at that moment. So I really just wanted to get the extra energy in play. Now, my opponent's just going to go Side Beam here and knock out, not going into Mega Gardevoir. And at this point, I'm looking at the board state and saying, all right, my opponent has 4 energy in play. I'm going to have 4 energy in play. Usually, I don't like to attack with Mega Swampert unless it has 4 energy on it, but this is a risk I'm willing to take. I'm also not going to use red because if he comes up with the Mewtwo, he would have to put a giant cape down, and look at, we get rid of an energy from the Mewtwo and an energy from our Jellicent. If he puts a cape down on the Mewtwo, the only way it can survive a hit from my Mega Swampert, I have the red in hand already. I'm not worried about it. And he's not attaching to the bench Ralt, so, like, again, I don't have to worry about a Mega Gardevoir. Like, I'm kind of chilling where I'm at. So that seemed like an absolutely fine, like, that was the time to just go in with Mega Swampert. Now, when you do go in with Mega Swampert, like, you're kind of deciding this is the moment. Like, Mega Swampert has 3 retreat costs. You're not going to get the guy out of the active spot, and you're not going to play Lyra in your list. Please don't do that. There's too many important cards for you to include a Lyra when it's probably just going to get Cyrused up the next turn if you do Lyra out of it. And then I draw the Lily. So I'm very, very happy with my hand right here. This is going to allow me to use Lily on Mega Swampert after taking a Mega Gardevoir attack. It's looking very, very good for me here. I'm not really concerned with what my opponent's doing. If he wants to go into Mega Gardevoir, he can't even knock out the Jellicent in 1 hit. It's going to take 110 and we'll be fine. Now, he does have the Mimikyu. That Mimikyu is a scary card for Mega Swampert because that's just like a second attack you have to do. And that's no fun for the Swampert because you are always at risk of discarding your energy improperly. I got the second Poncho. I'll just throw it on the Jellicent, just get it out of the deck. And now there is like a, I could go use Copycat to try to find the Cyrus, but still, like the way my opponent put the energy down, that tells me that this Gardevoir is probably not going to get Diantha. It could, but probably not. There's also no Indeedee in play, so I don't have to play the red preemptively. I don't have to do anything but swing with Mega Swampert and wait for this Mewtwo to come into the active spot, and then I can knock it out. My opponent probably should have just charged up the Mimikyu there. If he had charged up the Mimikyu, I might have just gone for Copycat, looked for the Cyrus, because at that point, the red, I'm waiting on my opponent to have a giant cape for a Mewtwo. I would just rather get closer to Cyrus, because that's what's actually going to win me the game. He goes Lily on Mega Gardevoir, brings it up to 120, attaches to Mewtwo, and we're holding for the cape, but there's no cape at all. So now we just blow up the Mewtwo EX. Very, very good. This matchup can be difficult, 100%. But with the Jellicents, like, the fact that you live 2 Gardevoir attacks is really, really good. Really good. Most Gardevoir lists as well, they play the teleport Ralts and not the 10 damage Ralts, because the 10 damage, like, really doesn't ever come up. I guess it did in this circumstance, but usually it doesn't. So they play the teleport Ralts, and that means that they're going to be two-shotting your Jellicent, getting extra energy in play, and it's really just about, like, can you find the Cyrus? That's kind of all the matchup comes down to, is can I Cyrus the Gardevoir after I hit it for 150? If I can, I should be fine. Okay, so this is Alolan Ninetales. I can't wait to play this deck, by the way. I've pulled 0 so far. Having all the cards in one set has proven very, very tricky. I have 5 Mega Kangaskhan, though, so I guess if you need a Mega Kangaskhan and you have, like, an Alolan Ninetales or... Oh, what else am I missing from the set? I don't know what else I'm missing from the set. If you have a Alolan Ninetales and you want to make a Kangaskhan, drop a comment with your friend code, and I will trade you. I will reply to you and trade you. I'll be watching the comments because I really want to play this deck. It looks like a lot of fun. Tangent aside, this card is going to make it so I can't attach to my my dude in the active spot. So, number 1, we have the Poncho, which means I'm not worried about Greninja Cyrus onto him. But what I need to do, the Jellicent grab here is huge. What I need to do is I need to get a Swampert with at least 4 energy, preferably 5, because I'm not going to be able to attach to him at any point throughout the game when he's in the active spot doing his thing. So I need to stall as much time as I can. And I'm debating here, like, well, if he doesn't have the Alolan Ninetales, I could get the knockout. But it's going to be real, again, it's going to be really devastating if he does, because it's so important to get that much energy on to my Swampert, right? If I have 4 energy, okay, I can hope that I just discard 1. If I discard 2, I lose on the spot. If I have 3, that's just like a no-go. I cannot attack with 3 energy in play, because the risk of hitting just 1 energy off my Swampert is way too much. So I really need 4 energy, preferably 5. He does get the Alolan Ninetales, so I'm very glad I didn't attach to the Jellicent, because now Jellicent's going to start passing energy back, and I'm going to have a nice big Swampert, hopefully, if I can just find the guy. And there he is. All right, worked out in the end. So we're just going to keep building up the Swampert, and that's really all we got to do through this matchup is pile the energy up and hope that Swampert behaves. He can, dude, he misbehaved so many times today. It's not even funny. Not even funny. Gets the Greninja in play. So what my opponent is probably going to look to do here is he obviously he knows his win condition. He knows what Mega Swampert's going to do. So he's going to try to just leave the Jellicent, not proc the ability anymore. Just go into use the Greninja Pinks on the Jellicent, not attack. Keeps an energy off of me, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that. It is going to make things, you know, a little bit sketch for me here, because he's kind of in control. Now, I have the second Poncho, and I'm not going to play the Poncho because there is, you know, in case he plays Guzma, it would be nice to throw it back down on the Swampert. There are some weird things that could happen, and I'm just trying to avoid those at all costs. I'm going to throw the Mudkip up because I don't really want the Swampert to take any damage if he doesn't have to. And if my opponent's going to leave the Mudkip in the active spot, then I guess that's fine as well. I don't foresee that happening because, like, what could happen, I guess? Well, never mind, because he has to attack to get the effect in play. This Alolan Ninetales is so sick, man. I wish I pulled some rainbows of it, dude. That'd be the best. The card looks so great, and Alolan Ninetales is my favorite Pokemon of all time. And the Vulpix has, like, the best Vulpix art. Like, this is the Vulpix we played in the real TCG. Had a different attack. It grabbed it. It let you search your deck for 1 Pokemon for free. No energy requirement. It was awesome. Busted card. I miss it so much. But we have 4 energy on the Swampert. We're holding our red in case he's playing Giant Cape. And all there is left to do is Strong Arm Destroyer and hope that Swampert behaves. My opponent has 5 energy. I have 4. Pretty good odds for us to not get scammed here. And we end up losing no energy. So at this point in the game, there's really nothing my opponent can do. But in this matchup, get your Poncho down, man. And just build the Swampert up. And you should be fine. That's why you played the 2 Poncho, because that could have gone very differently. If my opponent had gotten any pings on my Swampert and dragged it up, you know, that kind of just would have been it for me. Would have been a lock. Complete and total loss. Now, I think at this point we're getting on to the other version of the deck. Yes, we are, because I see rare candies. Okay, so let me throw up this speedy version of Swampert, and I'll tell you some of my reasons why. Now, I'll be honest. It could just be that I can't stomach the variance of a Stage 2 Mega. I hate Blaziken. I feel like I do not set up the Blaziken often enough for me to legitimately consider it as a deck. It's not like, it's just, I'm not hitting rare candy into the Stage 2 often enough. I'm not getting into it. They're always stuck to the bottom of my deck, so I don't like those types of decks. This deck, it plays into that, right? Like, and another thing with this is, so you need like the Mantike and the Manaphy to power up the Swampert, right? You need to get the energy in play. The Mantike and the Manaphy are super squishy. They're going to get knocked out so much faster than anything else. Like with Blaziken, Blaziken at least has like Furfrou or the Heatmores, which have, you know, 80 HP each. Effectively 90 on the Furfrou. I think it's 70 and then the minus 20 from the ability. We don't have that, dude. We're going to get knocked out by literally anything. So we are on a really, really fast timer to get the Swampert set up, and there's nothing more you could do with this list. I'm playing double copycat, double research in here. I'm doing everything I can. Now, the point of this is to get a Swampert out super aggressively. So there's the inflatable boat, so you can retreat, preserve the energy in play. And there's also the heavy helmet, because since we're a faster build, we can kind of ignore like the Poncho thing. Like it's either we set up Swampert very quickly or the game's over. So the heavy helmet is gonna reduce every attack by 20, and Swampert has 230 HP. Like, it's a ridiculous amount of HP. That plus the Lily, you're going to live a 2-shot from, like, literally anything. Altaria can't even knock you out without a damage modifier. They're going to be hitting for 110 both turns. So, unless they have some sort of damage modifier, you're going to live 2 Altaria attacks. Mega Gardevoir does 90. It's a very, very good tool for the Swampert. I'm a big fan of it. I also play the Elemental Switch because, so since we are trying to be so speedy, like right here, I have 2 energy on Swampert, 1 energy on Mudkip. There's a chance I go up and attack with Swampert here and I discard double energy. And because I'm trying to be aggressive, I'm trying to get through my opponent's deck really, really quickly, I can't wait to charge up that extra energy. Like, I just want to be fast. So with the Elemental Switch, I now know if I discard double energy from Swampert, well, I can just Elemental Switch that back up and I'm fine. You know, no problem. I'm going into the Mega Mawile. He's going to be hitting for 90 next turn. So unless he has a damage modifier, I should be safe. But this Mega Mawile deck is very funny and very scary. Especially against, like, I feel like it is against Mega Swampert. I don't think I've lost to it yet, but it is sketch. Like, if you get off to a slow start, you're done. It's doing too much. And if they have the Metal Core Barrier at the right time, like right now, you know, he's not dying this turn, but he's just a red away. If he's playing red and that's in his hand, I lose the game here. So I'm gonna swing, bang, double energy discard from Mega Mawile. It can happen. You can scam your opponent harder than anyone's been scammed. Would I recommend playing like Team Rocket, Grunt, or any strategy like that? Not really, because if you think about it, you take an energy off of the opponent's active Pokemon. It's just 1 energy less that you might discard. And if you discard, sometimes if you discard 2 from Swampert, like, you just lose. And there's nothing you can really do about it, man. It's the tricky thing about Swampert is he is a, what is it called? Masochist? Is that what people are like that? I don't know what that word means. He's one of those, though. We'll throw that on him. I can't think of the proper word, or maybe that is the proper word, and I just can't remember. But yeah, Swampert, he's got issues, dude, that he's got to work through. He's a cool guy, though. I like his attack name, dude. We have something, like, we're looking at something. It's double Mantike. It's either Mega Gyarados or Mega Swampert. We're not too sure at this point in time, but we got the Manaphy, so we can just start building up our Mudkips. It's looking okay. I mean, we don't have any draw supporters. We do have Mega Swampert in hand, so we could get there. We're just, you know, waiting on waiting on seeing what the top of the deck does. And it is a second Mudkip. Now, this is scary for me because my opponent has 6 cards in hand. A Mudkip with 2 energy. You know, I have a feeling I know what's coming to me next turn, and I am not prepared to respond. I've got nothing to respond to this thing. We're going to put the heavy helmet on the Mudkip because that will, at least like now with my Lily, I can live double Swampert attacks. Without it, I mean, we're doing 300 across 2 turns, right? Like, I need it in order to win. Those Misty double heads. Oh, another card I want to talk about that could be good in this deck is, well, you know what? We'll see it here. We'll see it here, and we'll discuss why it could be pretty good. But he gets the Rare Candy Swampert early. He's got 5 energy on it. Like, there's nothing slowing this guy down. It is legit do or die here pretty soon. And the only benefit I might have in this game is that I'm attacking into his Mega Swampert before he's attacking into mine. That's all I have. I whiff again. I have played 0 draw supporters. No Marsh Stomp, no Swampert. I think at this point, 8 of my last 12 or 8 of my last 9 cards in deck are like good. Like, it's like Marsh Stomp, double Swampert, double Research, double Copycat. That's 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, 7 of my cards are like good. Or no, sorry, I was looking for the rare candies. Whatever. But there we go. We top deck the rare candy. Bang. And now we just get to start. And all I think about, like, with this matchup is like 2 gorillas. You ever seen the 2 gorillas in the zoo and they're just like just hammering each other? Like, that's what this is to me. This is 2 gorillas just beating each other to death. All right, so this is the card I'm talking about that could be good in this deck. Lucky Ice Pop. My opponent looks like he's like, this is what this card does sometimes. Just flipping. Another heads, 1 more heads, and he just wins. Because unless I top deck Lily. If I top deck Lily, then I'm good. But he gets Tails. So the Swampert has 140 HP and my opponent just concedes. Lucky Ice Pop could be very, very good in this list. I think that maybe the flex card for this specific build is the, what is it? The Elemental Switch. I think that's the most flex spot. I guess if you want to be really greedy, you could go without Marshtomp. But if you go without Marshtomp, you just lose to Chingling outright. Because you have no way to, like, knock out those Pokemon. Another thing about this, like, I think it might just be that Swampert is just okay. There's so much that you need for the guy. It's like you need the early Pokemon to accelerate energy. You also would really like to have an attacker to force your opponent to start playing the game that isn't Mega Swampert. You add another Pokemon in there, you lose a deck spot, you add another basic into the card pool that is not helpful for you, except in specific scenarios. Like, obviously, every single game, you want to go either Mantike, Manaphy into Mudkip. If you start missing Mudkips early on, you're going to be in trouble. If you start missing Mantikes early on, you're going to be in trouble. There's just so much that this deck needs that I really think that this is just like a high roll deck. There's not really I don't think it's ever going to be tier 1. You know, it's pretty linear as far as the plays it can make. I think it's just a fun high roll deck, and these are the 2 builds I have. So here's a fast build for you. There was a slow build for you. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will see you on the next one.